What if I told you there's a place where the gates are taller than mountains, made of gold, pearls, and gems beyond imagination? A place where rivers flow not just with water, but with milk that never spoils, honey that tastes sweeter than your best memory, and wine that brings joy without regret. Where your home isn't built with bricks, but with gold and silver walls that shine like glass, floors that smell of musk and saffron, and palaces so beautiful they could steal your breath every time you look at them. Here, you'll eat without hunger, drink without thirst, wear silk that feels like air, and be surrounded by people you love forever. No pain, no sadness, no goodbyes. And yet, all of that is not the greatest thing about this place. Because the greatest moment will be when you see the one who made it all for you. And every joy you've ever felt will feel small compared to that sight. This isn't fantasy. This is real. This is Jannah as described by the Qur'an and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And today, you're going to walk through it with me. Kindly tell us where you are watching this video from. Are you a true believer of Allah? Let's get into the video. Picture this moment. After a lifetime of faith, patience, and holding on to the truth, you are finally standing at the threshold of eternity. The journey is over. No more fear, no more pain, no more doubt. This is the day you've been waiting for. Before you stands something so breathtaking, your mind struggles to take it in one of the 8 gates of Jannah. These gates are unlike anything on earth. They tower so high you can't see their top. Their arches carved from gold so pure it glows like captured sunlight. Embedded within the gold are pearls, rubies, emeralds, and gems you didn't even know existed. Each jewel seems alive, scattering colors across the air like a living rainbow. You realize quickly these are not just ordinary doors. These are entrances of honor, each one reserved for a specific group of believers. There's a gate for those who excelled in prayer, another for those who fasted regularly, another for the people of charity, who gave with open hearts, expecting nothing in return, and so on, each gate representing a unique path of devotion. You look around. Other believers are gathered near their own gates. There's joy in their faces, no envy, no competition, only pure excitement that every single one of them is about to walk into the place Allah promised them. But here's something you notice. The gate in front of you is open, not halfway, not with hesitation. It is wide open, as if it has been waiting for you. From within, there's a warm light spilling out, brighter than any sun, yet gentle on your eyes. It's the kind of light that feels like it's wrapping you in a hug. The air itself smells sweet, like musk, honey, and something indescribable. A fragrance that sinks into your very soul. And then you hear them, the angels. They are not just standing there in silence. They are smiling in a way that tells you they are truly happy to see you. Their faces are glowing, their voices calm and full of love. And they say the words you've been longing to hear your whole life. Peace be upon you. You have done well. Enter here to live forever. In that moment, the weight of every hardship you faced in the world lifts off you completely. Every insult you endured for your faith, every tear you shed in prayer, every temptation you resisted, it all comes rushing back to your mind, but this time, it feels light. Worth it. More than worth it. Your heart beats faster, not with fear, but with a joy so deep you didn't know it was possible. This is not just walking into a beautiful place. This is walking into home. You take a step closer. The ground beneath you is not dust or stone, it's smooth, glowing and clean, like it was polished for centuries just for this moment. Every step feels effortless. The gate itself seems to whisper as you approach, its surface alive with intricate designs that shift and shimmer as though they are telling your story, the story of your faith, your struggles, your patience. As you cross the threshold, something changes inside you instantly. You feel stronger, healthier, younger. Any trace of pain, exhaustion, or sadness you carried is gone. It's like your soul is being poured into the perfect version of yourself, the you that Allah intended all along. But you pause for just a moment, glancing back one last time, not out of regret, but out of awe. You're leaving behind the entire world you knew, and in its place is something beyond imagination. You can see the other gates in the distance, each one with its own light, its own beauty, its own group of believers stepping in. The joy on their faces mirrors yours. And then, without even realizing it, your feet are already moving forward again. You hear laughter in the distance, voices of people you love, family, friends, maybe even people you never met in this life, but whose hearts were connected to yours through faith. You hear songs of praise that don't need instruments, melodies made of pure happiness. The angels walk with you a little way, guiding you deeper inside. They tell you about the rewards prepared for you. They remind you that this joy will never end, that there is no clock in Jannah counting down your time, no fear that it will be taken away. And you think about it. No more mornings where you wake up worried about bills. No more nights lying awake thinking about problems. No sickness, no hunger, no war, no loss. It's not just peace of body. It's peace of heart, peace of mind, peace that fills every corner of your being. The gate is behind you now, and yet, somehow, its beauty remains in your memory not as something left behind, but as a doorway that will always be open for you. You finally understand something that was just words before. This is forever. No more death, no more endings. And as you take another step forward into the gardens ahead, you realize that the story has only just begun. You take your first steps past the gates, and it's like stepping into a new world. The air is fresher here, so fresh you feel like your lungs are tasting it. The ground is soft under your feet, almost like it's alive, welcoming you. The light around you is warm, but not blinding. And there's a gentle breeze that carries the sweetest fragrance you've ever smelled. And then you hear it, the sound of water. Not just any water, but the soft, endless melody of rivers flowing. You follow the sound, and soon you see them. And it's at this moment you understand why Allah described them in the Qur'an in such detail. The first river you see is water, but not like water you know. It's so pure that it almost doesn't look real. No dust, no dirt, no algae, just crystal clear liquid gliding over smooth stones, reflecting the light in silver ripples. When you touch it, it's perfectly cool. When you taste it, it quenches your thirst in a way you've never felt before. Clean, fresh, and somehow sweet. Then, just beside it, another river flows. This one is milk. Its color is bright and pure, not white like on earth, but something softer, almost glowing. And when you take a sip, you realize this milk never spoils. It's not thick or heavy, and yet it's rich and smooth. It tastes better than any drink you've ever had, like it was made exactly for your tongue, your heart, and your soul all at once. Further ahead, the third river runs golden honey, but not the sticky honey of this world. This is honey that flows like silk. You scoop a little in your hand and taste it. It's sweet, but not in a way that makes you thirsty. Sweet in a way that makes you close your eyes and feel grateful that you were allowed to be here. The flavor seems to keep growing, as if it's made of every fruit, every flower, every blessing you ever loved. And then you see the last one, a river of wine, but not the kind that clouds the mind or brings regret. This wine is crystal clear, with a faint shimmer as if it's catching the light of paradise itself. You taste it, and instead of drunkenness, it brings a wave of happiness so deep that you feel your chest grow lighter. It's refreshing, pure, and leaves behind a cool, blissful feeling. You stand there for a moment, just taking it all in. The sound of the rivers blending into a peaceful harmony. The smell of flowers and fresh grass carried by the wind. The way the light dances across the water. Everywhere you look, there is green. Gardens stretch out forever. Gardens so perfect they look like they've been painted by the most skilled artist. Yet every leaf and blade of grass is alive and real. The trees, you can't even compare them to anything on earth. They are massive, with trunks so wide it would take dozens of people to wrap their arms around them. The leaves are vibrant and full of life, rustling softly in the breeze. And the shade they give is so vast that if you tried to walk from one end to the other, it would take you 100 years and still you wouldn't reach the edge. The grass under your feet is soft and cool. Flowers bloom in colors you didn't know existed, some petals shimmering with light, others glowing faintly in the dim corners of the garden. Every plant seems to carry its own fragrance, and together they create a scent that makes you never want to breathe anything else again. You notice something strange in this place. You don't get tired of beauty. On Earth, even the most beautiful view starts to fade in your eyes after a while. But here, every glance feels like the first. Every sound of the rivers, every shade of green, every sparkle of light feels fresh and new, as if paradise itself is alive and rejoicing that you are here. The rivers flow in every direction, some winding gently through meadows, others forming small waterfalls that splash into crystal pools. You can hear birds singing songs so perfect and harmonious they sound like praise. You spot fruits hanging low over the rivers, ready to be picked, their colors bright against the green leaves. And the best part? You realize these rivers are not just for looking at. They are for you. You can drink from them whenever you like, sit by their banks, or even walk into them without fear. The water won't drag you away. The honey won't stick to you. The milk won't spoil, and the wine won't harm you. It's endless, pure, and yours forever. As you walk along the bank, your reflection in the water looks brighter, happier, healthier. It's as if the rivers themselves are a mirror, showing you not just your face, but your soul, clean, at peace, and finally, home. You realize now that these rivers are not only a reward, but a reminder that everything you sacrificed, every moment you stayed patient, every prayer you whispered, every sin you fought to leave behind, it was all leading to this. To standing here, surrounded by beauty that will never fade, never end, never be taken from you. And as you look into the distance, you see the rivers weaving through valleys, disappearing into the gardens ahead, and you know you haven't even seen the best of what's waiting for you yet. You follow the rivers deeper into Jannah, and then you see it. At first, you think it's a mirage, something too perfect to be real. But the closer you get, the more you realize this is home, your home. It's not made of bricks or cement. Every wall, every pillar, every detail is crafted from gold so pure it glows with its own light. The edges shimmer with silver, not dull or flat, but polished to a mirror-like shine that reflects the gardens around it. Embedded into the walls are gems and jewels, emeralds, sapphires, rubies, each one catching the light in a way that makes the whole building look alive. And the walls themselves, they're not opaque like earthly walls. They shine like crystal glass, clear enough to let in the beauty of Jannah's light, but with a glow that keeps everything inside warm and private. You step closer and catch a scent in the air, musk and saffron. It's not from perfume or incense. It's coming from the house itself. The floors inside are made of fragrant clay and polished stone, and every step you take releases a new wave of sweetness into the air. The door isn't just an entrance, it's a statement. Tall, wide, and carved with patterns so intricate you could spend a lifetime looking at them and still find new details. You realize that no one else in all of creation has this exact home. It was designed for you, built for you, and prepared for you long before you even knew it existed. But here's the thing. This is just one type of home in Jannah. You look further and see others. Massive pearl tents, taller than skyscrapers back on earth. They shimmer in the light like frozen drops of the purest water. Yet they are solid and eternal. Each tent is big enough to hold entire gatherings of loved ones, yet still feels personal and welcoming. Inside, the walls have a soft glow, and the fabric, if you can even call it fabric, seems woven from light itself. And each home you see, somehow, each one looks more beautiful than the last. Not because they are competing, but because every single person in Jannah has a home that perfectly matches them. Their personality, their faith, their sacrifices in this world. Every detail is a reflection of the life they lived for Allah. You step inside your own palace. The space opens up in front of you, high ceilings with delicate designs carved into them. So intricate, they look like lace made from light. The windows are tall and arched, framing the gardens outside like painting. The furniture is luxurious beyond imagination, not just soft and comfortable, but so perfectly shaped that you feel rested the moment you sit down. Every color in the room feels alive, deep golds, rich blues, soft silvers, and yet nothing feels too much. It's beauty in perfect balance. As you walk through, you notice that the house is silent, not empty, but peaceful. There's no creaking floors, no echoes that make it feel cold. Instead, every sound you make feels soft, like the home itself is alive and happy that you're here. You reach a balcony, and the view takes your breath away. Below you are the gardens you just walked through, with rivers weaving between them like silver ribbons. Beyond that, you see other palaces, some glittering like stars, others glowing gently like moons in the distance. And far away, you can still see the gates you entered through, shining at the horizon. It's in this moment you realize something in Jannah. Your home will never feel small, and it will never feel too big. It will be exactly right, not just in size, but in feeling. Every corner will be a place of comfort. Every room will feel like it's yours. And the best part? You'll never have to worry about losing it. There's no rent, no mortgage, no repairs, no fear that it will ever be destroyed. This house is yours forever, and it will never decay, never age, never lose its beauty. As you explore, you find gardens inside the palace itself, fountains that flow with the same rivers outside, and quiet corners where you can sit and just take in the peace. You think back to all the times in the world when you dreamed of a perfect home. Maybe you pictured a nice view, a big kitchen, a warm bed. This is beyond that. This is a home built by the one who created beauty itself. Every part of it was made to bring you joy, peace, and endless comfort. And as you step back outside into the sunlight of Jannah, you realize this isn't just a palace. This is where your eternity begins. You leave your palace and step into its garden. The air is still scented with musk and flowers, but now something else reaches you. The smell of food rich, inviting, and unlike anything you've ever known. You follow it, and soon you're standing before a table that seems to stretch endlessly. It's not made of wood or stone, it's crafted from smooth crystal that catches the light like water. On it are trays, plates, and bowls of every size, each one holding food so fresh it feels alive. You see fruit trees nearby, their branches heavy and bending toward you. No need to climb, no need to reach high. The fruits lower themselves as if they know you're hungry. You pluck one, and the moment your fingers touch it, a burst of fragrance escapes, sweet, pure, and tempting. You take a bite, and instantly, you understand. This is no ordinary fruit. It's not just sweet, it's perfect. The taste is layered, changing with each chew, giving you every flavor you ever loved in life, yet somehow better. And here's the thing, when you're done, the fruit is still there, whole and untouched, as if you never picked it. In Jannah, nothing ever runs out. Further along the table, you see meat from birds, roasted, grilled, seasoned in ways that make the aroma pull you closer. You don't need a knife. You don't need to cook. All you have to do is wish for it, and it appears in front of you exactly the way you want it. You take a bite, and it melts in your mouth. It's tender, rich, and leaves no heaviness behind. You feel satisfied, but never too full, refreshed, but never thirsty, and yet, the desire to taste more is always there, without the discomfort of hunger. Then there are the drinks. They're not served in plastic cups or glass bottles. They come in crystal clear goblets that shine like diamonds, each filled with a different drink. You see milk, pure and cold, so fresh it feels like it was made just for you. Honey, golden and smooth, without stickiness or bitterness. And why not the kind that clouds the mind or brings regret, but the kind Allah promised in His book, pure, delicious, and bringing only joy and lightness to your heart. You take a sip. The drink touches your tongue and somehow flows straight into your soul. It cools you, refreshes you, and leaves a taste so clean that you can't help but smile. You look around, and you see servants of Jannah, youthful, beautiful, with faces shining like stars. They walk gracefully, carrying trays of food and drink, offering them to you with smiles and greetings of peace. Their clothes are made of silk and light, and their presence is as calming as the rivers you saw earlier. And there's something else you notice here. You never eat because you're starving, and you never drink because you're parched. You eat for pleasure. You drink for joy. Every bite, every sip is pure enjoyment, with no side effects, no regret, no waste. The table seems endless. Every time you think you've seen all the food there is, something new appears. Dishes you never tasted on earth. Flavors you didn't even know existed. You realize quickly, in Jannah, food doesn't just fill your stomach. It fills your heart with gratitude. And then it hits you here. There's no rushing. You're not eating between work breaks. You're not grabbing food because you're late for something. There's no clock ticking over your head. You can sit for as long as you like, tasting, talking, laughing with the people you love. The food of Jannah isn't just about taste. It's about what it represents, the end of every hunger you ever had in this life. Not just the hunger in your stomach, but the hunger for peace, joy, and contentment. As you sip another drink, you look out toward the gardens and rivers you walked through earlier. The water sparkles, the trees sway gently, and the laughter of loved ones fills the air. You know that when you're ready, you can return to your palace, lie down on beds softer than clouds, or take a stroll along the rivers again. But right now, you're here, sitting at the table Allah prepared for His servants, eating food that will never spoil, drinking from cups that will never empty, living a life where every taste is sweeter than the last. And as you take another bite of fruit, you realize this is only the beginning of the feast. You lean back from the table, not from being full, but from pure satisfaction. And then you notice something about yourself feels different. You glance down at your clothes, and they're nothing like the ones you wore on earth. They're made of silk so fine and light that it feels like air against your skin. It's soft, cool, and comfortable, yet it shimmers like sunlight on water. The fabric seems alive, catching the light in a way that makes it look different with every move. The colors. You've never seen colors like this before. They're richer, deeper, and more vibrant than anything in the world. Gold that actually glows. White, so pure it feels like light itself. Deep blues, emerald greens, soft silvers, colors that seem to change slightly as they flow in the gentle breeze. You run your fingers along the sleeves, and there's not a single stitch out of place. Every detail feels handcrafted, as if the garment was made only for you. And then you notice the jewelry. A bracelet, not just gold, but gold that shines with a warm light, as if it's lit from within. It wraps perfectly around your wrist, neither loose nor tight. On your other wrist is a band of silver, smooth and cool to the touch. Around your neck, a chain of pearls, so perfect and round they seem unreal. But this isn't heavy or uncomfortable. Every piece feels weightless, natural, as if it's part of you. And your face? You catch your reflection in the polished surface of a nearby fountain, and for a moment, you don't even recognize yourself. Your skin is glowing not from makeup, not from the sun, but from pure happiness. Your eyes are brighter, your expression softer, your smile fuller. You look healthy, strong, and youthful. You realize that in Jannah, you'll never age. You'll never get wrinkles, never feel weak, never lose your glow. Every single day, you'll look and feel your absolute best. Around you, others are dressed just as beautifully, men in silk garments, their faces shining with peace and strength. Women in flowing dresses adorned with delicate embroidery, their beauty unlike anything you've seen before. There's no envy, no competition, only admiration and joy for one another. And the best part? You can have anything you wish to wear. Think of a color, a style, a design, and it's yours instantly. Want to match your clothes to the flowers in the garden? Done. Want a robe that reflects the colors of the rivers? It appears as soon as you imagine it. You walk through the gardens now, the soft fabric flowing with every step. The jewelry catches the light from the rivers, scattering tiny sparkles across the grass. You feel light, graceful, and completely at ease. You think back to the world, to the days when clothes would fade, tear, or stain. The days when jewelry could be lost or stolen. The days when beauty could fade with time. Here, nothing fades, nothing breaks, nothing is taken away. And as you walk, you realize these clothes aren't just decoration. They are a reflection of what's inside you, the peace, the joy, and the perfection Allah has granted you here. A breeze passes, carrying the fragrance of flowers, and you can't help but smile. In Jannah, you are not just clothed in silk and gold, you are clothed in eternal honor. You're walking through the gardens now, silk flowing with every step, gold catching the sunlight, and then you hear it. Laughter. Not loud, annoying laughter, but the kind that warms your chest. The kind you haven't heard in years. The kind that comes from people who are truly, completely happy. You follow the sound, and there they are. Your people, your friends, your family, loved ones you lost long ago, brothers and sisters in faith you never even met in this world, but whose hearts were connected to yours through belief. They're sitting together on thrones and couches, facing each other, relaxed and smiling in a way that tells you everything is right now. There are no awkward silences here, no arguments, no grudges, no hidden resentment. Every single face is glowing not just with beauty, but with peace. It's the kind of peace you always wished you could have with people back on Earth, but life's problems always seem to get in the way. You see someone you love dearly but thought you'd never meet again. They look younger, stronger, healthier. Their face is full of light. You hug them, and the hug feels different here. It's not rushed. It's not just a greeting. It's a reunion without an end. And then it hits you. Everyone here is the perfect age. The Prophet ﷺ told us 33 years old, the peak of strength, the peak of beauty, the peak of health. You look around and realize here, you never have to say goodbye. You'll never lose anyone again. There's no funerals, no tears of separation. You'll be with these people forever, and every day will be better than the last. You sit with them, and the conversation flows effortlessly. You share stories of the world you left behind, but now, the pain in those stories is gone. You can talk about struggles without feeling the weight of them. You can remember hardship without the sadness, only the gratitude that it led you here. Even strangers in Jannah don't feel like strangers. You pass someone you never met before, and they smile at you like they've known you forever. Here, hearts are clean. Allah has removed every trace of jealousy, pride, or hatred. There is nothing but love and respect between everyone. You notice how comfortable it feels to just be together. On Earth, gatherings often ended because people had to go home, to work, to rest. Here, there's no time's up. There's no rush. You can sit by the rivers all day, talking, laughing, remembering, and it never gets boring. Some friends take you on a walk to show you their own homes. Each one is unique, just like their personality, and they're excited to show you the details. You celebrate their blessings without a single ounce of envy, because in Jannah, someone else's joy only adds to your own. There are also the people you've only heard about, the great ones of history, the prophets, the righteous, the martyrs, the truthful. You might find yourself sitting next to someone you admired but never dreamed of meeting. And here, there's no walls between you, no distance. You can talk, ask, listen, and learn, and every moment feels special. As you're sitting, someone brings trays of food and drink not because you asked, but because here, hospitality is constant. You're never hungry, but you're always treated. And there's no, you take the bigger piece, or let me serve you first. Everyone is happy to share. You think back to the world, to the loneliness you sometimes felt, even in a crowd, to the friendships that ended, to the family you lost, and you realize that emptiness will never exist here. In Jannah, you are surrounded by love that never fades, relationships that never break, and people who never hurt you. And as the sunless light of paradise shines over your gathering, you know this is how it will be, always. You step away from the gathering for a moment, just to take in the air, and immediately you notice it. The air here smells different. Not like flowers, not like perfume, not even like fresh rain, but something beyond all of that. Sweeter than musk, softer than rose, lighter than anything you've ever breathed in. It's not just a scent, it's a feeling. Every breath fills you with calm. Every inhale feels like a gift. You tilt your head up, expecting to see the sun, but there is no sun. And yet, everything is perfectly lit. There are no shadows that make things feel dark, and no glare that makes you squint. The light is everywhere, gentle and warm, wrapping the whole world in a soft golden glow. You realize something here. There is no burning heat, no sweaty afternoons, no days when you're looking for shade. But at the same time, there are no cold nights, no shivering mornings. The temperature never changes, yet it always feels perfect. You can walk for hours and never feel tired from the weather. The breeze that passes by isn't just cool, it's alive. It carries with it the fragrance of gardens, the sound of distant rivers, and the whispers of peace. Every now and then, it brushes your skin in a way that feels like a loving touch. And here's the thing, in this world, you don't feel hunger. You don't feel thirst. You don't feel pain. Not even the smallest discomfort exists here. There's no aching muscles, no headaches, no tired eyes. Your body feels light, strong, and full of energy all the time. You start walking, and you realize there's no fatigue. You can keep going as long as you want. There are no blisters from walking, no need to rest because your legs hurt. And yet, you still enjoy sitting not because you need to, but because there are spots so beautiful you just want to stop and take them in. And the silence here, it's not empty, it's peaceful. You can hear the water flowing in the distance, the gentle rustle of leaves, the quiet laughter of loved ones, the soft songs of birds you've never seen before. But there's no noise that disturbs you. You notice there's no sense of time here. There's no clock ticking, no rush to finish something, no too early or too late. Every moment feels like its own perfect day, and that day never ends. Life here is not just about resting, it's about adventure. You can walk into gardens you've never seen before and find paths that lead to new wonders, rivers that change colors, trees that open to reveal hidden spaces, mountains you can climb without getting tired, valleys you can explore without fear. Every step is safe. Every road leads to joy. And yet, despite the endless beauty, you never feel overwhelmed. On Earth, too much of anything can make you tired. Too much food, too much sound, too much light. But here, you could walk through 100 gardens in one day, drink from every river, talk to every friend, and still, it would feel fresh the next time. There's also no sadness here. On Earth, even happy days can carry a small fear in the back of your mind, fear that it might end. But in Jannah, nothing ends. There's no goodbyes, no last time. No part of you is holding back because you're afraid of losing it. You think about what that means: peace without limits, joy without an expiration date, life without a single moment of regret. You pass by more of the people you love, and they wave, call out to you, invite you over. You sit for a while, then get up again and explore more. You don't need to plan tomorrow, because tomorrow will be just as perfect as today. And here's the most beautiful part. Even though everything is already perfect, Allah keeps giving you more. New blessings, new experiences, new joys. You're never done discovering Jannah, because it's endless, just like His mercy. You close your eyes for a moment and just listen to the rivers, the wind, the laughter, the peace. And you think to yourself, this is life. This is what life was always meant to be. You've seen the gates. You've walked the gardens. You've tasted the food, felt the silk, heard the laughter. But then, a call goes out. A call unlike any you've heard before. It's not loud yet. It reaches every single person in Jannah at the same time. And the moment you hear it, your heart knows exactly what it means. You follow the others as they gather in an open space so vast it feels like it has no end. The rivers flow around it. The light is brighter here. The air feels heavier, heavier with something sacred. Everyone sits quietly. No one is talking now. No one is distracted. Every heart is beating in the same rhythm, waiting. And then it happens. The veil is lifted. There are no words for what you see, because it's not something eyes alone can take in. It's not just sight, it's a feeling that floods every part of you. A beauty beyond beauty. A light beyond light. You are seeing Allah, the one who created you. The one you prayed to in the dark nights. The one you begged for help when no one else could hear you. The one who forgave you more times than you can count. And now, you're looking at him. It's not like looking at anything in creation. It's peace, joy, love, and awe all at once. It's the answer to every longing you've ever had. In that moment, you realize everything in Jannah is incredible. The rivers, the palaces, the endless life. But this is greater than all of it. The Prophet ﷺ said there will be nothing in paradise more beloved to the people of paradise than seeing Allah. And now you understand why. Every blessing you've been given suddenly feels like a path that led to this moment. Every struggle in the world makes sense now. Every hardship was worth it because it brought you here. You can't measure the time, but you don't want to. You don't want to blink. You don't want to turn away. You want this sight to last forever. And in Jannah, it will. You will see him again and again and again. Each time, your joy will be greater than the last. Each time, your love will grow deeper. And as you leave that sacred gathering, your heart feels lighter than it ever has. Because now you know, paradise is not just a place. Paradise is being near to the one who made it for you, and that is the greatest reward.